Excellencies, permanent representatives and distinguished guests, hello from Portugal. First of all, I would like to thank you, the German Mission to the UN and APT, for convening this important discussion, and also for opportunity for me today to share my journey and speak on realities, challenges and priorities of Afghan youth based on my mandate since September 2025. When I began this journey, I had a simple dream: to make sure that the voice of Afghan youth were heard at every decision-making table, discussing future of my country. In my first week as youth representative, I received not hundreds but thousands of messages from young Afghans. Some of them spoke hope, some of them spoke distress, believing that I was simply another politician seeking some personal gain. Some of them speak feeling unheard, invisible, powerless, and silenced. Something changed for me, a common belief that once I believed myself that youth are the future of a country began to change. Today I would like to challenge that idea. Excellencies, Afghan youth aged 15 to 30 make up more than 25% of Afghanistan population according to UN Fund. Yet they remain largely excluded from the decisions that shape their future. How can be their future without representation? What I realized is Afghan youth are not merely the future of Afghanistan. We are the present reality, enduring every day the burden of economic hardship, insecurity, and uncertainty about our future, while having little to no influence over these decisions that shape our life. A month after I began my journey, I also participated in YPS Youth Peace Security meeting in Brussels. There, I realized that no Afghan youth have participated in any of these meetings for years. And even our participation was something confirmed in the last minute. So when I entered the room, I searched for name palette of Afghanistan, but there was none. So I wrote down the name of my country on a piece of paper and placed it on the table. And then that's a simple moment, but I also realized that inclusion is not simply about being invited. It's also about being present where the decisions are made. So I decided this is the time to change and turn this realization into action. Over the following past 7 months, we consulted more than 3,000 Afghan youth inside Afghanistan, in refugee communities and also diaspora communities across 23 countries. And the result of this consultation, we recently published Afghan Youth Inclusion Mechanism Policy Document. It's an important document have been developed based on these insights and also the consultation meeting we held with young Afghan leaders during the Human Rights Council in Geneva in February this year. We also realized the importance of including men in process of building gender equality in Afghanistan. So we started a campaign called He Stands With Her. This campaign brought together artists, activists, musicians, religious leaders, and young people from inside Afghanistan in solidarity with rights of Afghan women and girls. The campaign has reached over 1 million people and have been supported strongly by Afghan men. We also understand the risk of censorship in Afghanistan. So we started a podcast called Friday Talks. This podcast gave opportunity for young people to share their voice, raw stories, and also their priorities with global listeners. And today we're working toward building the Afghan Youth Parliament to make sure that young people of my country have a permanent platform where their voices, challenges, and priorities can be heard and considered. Moreover, through our consultation, Afghan youth have highlighted 5 key priorities and challenges for their future. The first one is access to education, which youth see as a foundation for their future. The second one is job and livelihood that prevent most of the young people from building a secure future. The third one is inclusion and having voice over the decisions that shape our future. The fourth one is the growing mental health crisis, especially between young women because of excessive restrictions and also uncertainties about their future. The final one, youth, in particular women, call for gender equality, protection of their rights, and also recognition of gender apartheid as crime against humanity. However, these challenges are not experienced equally. Women reported experiencing severe and overlapping form of discrimination based on their gender, identity, background, and age, while men and refugee communities also reported facing severe form of economic hardship discrimination, and also uncertainty about their future. Above all, the most alarming concern is that the new generation who are stepping into the youth and growing up, facing and believing that these realities are normal. A girl every day watching her brother leave for school, and while she remains at home, is a risk of new normals. I interviewed a young female mental health consultant in Balkh province of Afghanistan, and I would like to share her story today with you. She mentioned that I give mental health consultations to young girls. They have beautiful dreams of becoming doctors, engineers, and teachers, but now they are graduating from grade 6. They live with stress and deep disappointment, fearing that they will never become what they once dreamed of being. Not only we as a young generation see no future for ourselves, but also we are raising another generation that they does not see themselves capable of creating a future. Excellencies, this is not simply a loss for Afghan youth, it's also a loss for Afghanistan's future. And more than ever, Afghan youth are in need of 3 fundamental key support, which includes investment, inclusion, and also protection. First, inclusion. Afghan youth must be included in all decisions related to the future of their country through formal and also measurable benchmarks and mechanisms. No policy regarding the future of Afghanistan have been developed without the insight of Afghan youth. Second, investment. Afghan youth must be invested through digital connectivity, educational opportunities, job opportunities, and also accessing to international opportunities. Afghan youth must not pay the price of political tension. And finally, we must stand with Afghan women and protect their rights through addressing gender apartheid and also centering all negotiations related to Afghanistan on human rights, dignity, and gender equality. Last but not least, these dreams, inspirations, and stories might seem unreasonable to some. But one thing I have learned through this journey is the meaningful change often begins with people who are willing to be unreasonable enough to believe that a better future is possible. Afghan youth have not given up on their future. The question is, will the world stand with us? Thank you.